My uncle and his wife refused helping achieving my dream of becoming a chef. My name is Beauty. I am an orphan. I lost my parents in a car accident. After my parents passed away, I started living with my uncle. In my third year in school, I wanted to learn a skill. I've always had this hardworking spirit in me. I wanted to make my own money. I wanted to go into catering, and I told my uncle about my plans of becoming a chef, since I noticed I loved cooking. My uncle accepted and told me that he wanted me to finish my education first, to avoid distractions in school. Then after graduation, I could go into the catering. I accepted till after graduation, since he was the one paying for my school fees and would be the one to sponsor my plans of going into catering. When I graduated, I met him concerning the plans of becoming a chef. I reminded him that I'm now a graduate and I'm ready. But this time, he told me that he didn't like the idea of me becoming a chef, that he wanted me to get a job. I was disappointed because it wasn't an initial agreement. I got a job so that I could get money and pay for my catering. I was working as an accountant, but my uncle told me to stop the job, that he wasn't okay with it. I had to stop the job. I knew I wasn't going to continue like this, always asking my uncle for money and everything I wanted. I always wanted to be independent. I later decided to save money and pay for my training of becoming a chef. Even though it brought a lot of issues between me, my uncle and his wife, I finished my training and now became a certified chef. I pleaded with them to help me get a shop where I can use as my kitchen, since I wasn't allowed to be cooking at home for my clients. They refused in the name of I disobeyed them in becoming a chef. I had to start practicing to make various dishes and cooking for my clients from my friend's place. It was a struggle for me to buy most of kitchen equipment, since kitchen equipment needed a lot of money. I saved from my home service jobs and started acquiring my kitchen equipment. My uncle and his wife decided to throw me out of their house, saying that I'm now into prostitution, that I go to people's houses to sleep with them in the name of cooking for them. I begged and cried, and I told them that I don't sleep with my clients, that they should know me, that I'm not that kind of person. I just cook for my clients, get paid and leave. I even had to beg and told them I will no longer do home service jobs. They should please let me stay, since I didn't have nowhere to go to. I pleaded to use their kitchen to cook for my clients, telling them I wasn't going to use their gas or any of their kitchen equipment or foodstuffs, that I'll get everything I needed, but they refused. So when I get jobs, I go to my friend's place to cook it. So one day I came home by 7 p.m. because I was at my friend's place cooking for a client. They said I should leave their house, that they don't know what I've turned into, that I go to my client's house to sleep with them in the name of cooking at my friend's place. I begged, but they didn't listen. I didn't have anywhere to go. I called my friend and she asked me to come stay with her. So I took my stuff to her house. Even though it was a small room, she said we could manage it. My friend is a definition of a true friend. She will help me cook when I have orders and help me deliver them when I'm busy. She was there for me when no one was. One day, I decided to look for a space to rent for my kitchen, since my friend's kitchen wasn't big enough and I felt like I was inconveniencing her. I went out in search of a space, and luckily, a week after, I got one at a good location. I was told the amount for the shop, but I didn't have that amount of money at hand. What I had was only half of the money I was asked to pay. I prayed. There were nights I cried myself to sleep, asking God why the people who were meant to help me don't want to help. Sometimes my friend will join me to cry and will always encourage me that everything will be fine. I didn't know God had better plans for me. I became closer to God because I know I couldn't do anything without Him. I continued improving on myself to becoming a better chef. 3 days later, after I've told the agent that I wasn't going to afford for the shop, my girlfriend called me. Her name is Chidima, and gave me half of the money for the shop, that she wanted me to get that shop. I was shocked, and all I could do was cry. Chidima was like a father, mother, sister, brother, friend, and everything to me. Chidima was a makeup artist and a hairstylist. So I later got a shop and started putting things into place. A lot of challenges came, but God helped me to fight through. After a month, Food Beauty was finally opened, and today I'm the most known chef in my city. The friendship between Chidima and I became stronger. You can't book Chidima as a makeup artist or hairstylist without her trying to convince you that Food Beauty should be the chef for the day, and vice versa. Anytime I get jobs to be a chef on occasion, I always try to convince the bride or whoever is in charge of the occasion if they needed a hairstylist or a makeup artist, and always try to talk to them about Chidima and how good she was. There were times people tried to spoil the friendship between Chidima and I, but no matter what happens or no matter the situation we face, we always try to solve our problems without anyone knowing about it. People started referring us both for occasions, and by the grace of God, we started having government jobs. We were mostly booked together, and we always worked together. This little girl who started from nothing has grown her food business, which is now well known in her city and out of her city. Anyone who is looking for where to eat in her city must definitely come to Food Beauty. This is just to encourage someone out there that no matter what, keep pushing. Even though you don't have any help, God will definitely send help. Don't depend on any man, but always depend on God, because He rewards hard work, consistency, and discipline.